Alright guys, hey, what's up? It's actually been a minute because of this whole coronavirus thing, the whole pandemic, and I'm very sorry that I've not dropped anything in a while. But today I'm actually coming back with you guys with the best tablet, in my opinion, on the market right now. So we're going to be talking about the iPad today. What iPad am I even talking about? Because we know that there's the iPad Pro, the iPad Air, and then there's just the iPad. Now I'm going to be talking about the iPad 7th generation. And I think that this iPad is actually right down that alley because this iPad comes out at $329. So this iPad has actually been out for like maybe 2 years now, and every year they do a refresh, which is why now they're on the 7th generation. The good thing about this iPad though is that it works with all of Apple's accessories, which are the Apple Pen, the Magic Keyboard, everything. So we can understand that Apple was trying to come down the alleyway of trying to help students, which was actually the main reason for coming out with this iPad, which is why even after coming out with the iPad 7th generation, they still came out with the iPad Air, which in my opinion was unnecessary because when I looked at the specs, maybe the only difference was that the iPad was using the A10 chip and the iPad Air was using the A12 chip. So yes, we would say maybe there's like a generation difference between the two, but in reality, when you're actually using your iPad, you don't really notice. So first things first, why do I even say that the iPad is the best tablet ever? I personally have used the Galaxy Tab before, the Samsung Galaxy Tab. I'm sure all of us knew that Galaxy Tab back then. It was a good tablet. I'm not going to disavow it of the functionality, affordability. It was a good tablet. But my problem was that after a year of use, just 1 year of use, I had issues with the battery. My battery would go from like 54% and just drop to like 10% for no reason out of nowhere. So I started thinking to myself, I really can't use this. I can't use this tablet because it was basically unusable. I'm using it and from 90% it dies. The reason why I tilted towards the iPad, aside from the ease of use, durability, was the fact that after many years of use, you literally don't have to throw it away. Reason being that the iPad literally can be updated until they discontinue the updates. You should usually try and stick to one OS that you like because updating every time kind of slows down your iPad. The battery life of the iPad is actually kind of like good in my opinion because personally from my own usage I've realized I can use it to read all day and it's fine. When I say read all day, you know what I mean, like just steady usage, maybe PDFs, nothing too heavy. But when you want to go ham, maybe watch videos, stuff like that, the iPad lasts around 10 hours. The iPad itself has a rear camera of 8 megapixels and a front-facing camera of 1.2. Now, we all know that these stats are actually very poor. I can't lie about that. But who takes videos or photos with the iPad anyway? So I think the true reason for these cameras is just so they can have cameras, not because they expect anybody to take any photos with them, and also because of FaceTime, which is one of my main reasons why I like the iPad. The multi-use, the fact that you can use it for so many things at the same time. When they introduced this, that was in iOS 13, I really was happy because they brought the Apple Dock. Now, I know this sounds weird, but the Apple Dock really changed things because it basically brought the Mac OS, shrunk it down, and put it in the iPad. Hey, as you guys can see, I even have the iPad in landscape mode right now. As you can see, this is the Chrome app. I have a couple of tabs open. And the thing about it that I really like is that you can just slide up the dock, pull it up. I have all my apps down there. Pull anything you want, just pull it up, put it at the side, and it's literally app on app. Like this is like perfect use for multi-users. You can slide it out of the screen if you don't want to use it, slide it back if you want to use it, slide it up when you want to see the apps that you have there. Like I feel like it's perfect. Close it. Like it's just good if you want to use it for multi-use at the same time. Like it's very good for those kind of things. That was something I felt was groundbreaking that Apple did, which is why now you can have 2 tabs open at the same time side by side. It has multi-touch functions. It has so many things that work for it. So in my opinion, over time, the iPad has stood strong. We've heard about the Galaxy Tab, we've heard about the Surface Book, we've heard about multiple different tablets that have come out. Now, I come out saying the iPad 7th generation because that's the best and still affordable because it's $329. When you put it in perspective, $329 is actually just above $120K. But I'll leave the link to where you can get the iPad, the 7th generation iPad, in the description below. I mean, yes, it's 32 gigs, and if you want 64 gigs, you have to go up to about $429. But at the end of the day, if you want a functional device, something that you know that you can use for a long time, because as I'm speaking to you now, I have personally used my iPad for maybe like 4 years now, and my iPad is still working with no problems. Thing is, I stick with the iPad straight up because the iPad has durability. I mean, it looks good. When you look at it, it actually does look good. It still has the Touch ID pad. Alright guys, so that's why I say that the iPad is the best tablet ever, because of everything I've said. Overall, from the price to the budget, basically to the durability, ease of use, and I kind of put it all together, and I just have to top it off to the Apple ecosystem, because the way that they do it, once you have the iPhone, once you have the iPad, makes everything so simple. Now, I'm not saying that the iPad on its own is not a good tablet. It is, and it is still the best tablet. That's how crazy it is. But when you support it with everything else, it just makes so much sense. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Please leave a comment below about what you think about the iPad being the best tablet ever. And remember to subscribe, like the video, comment, share. Thank you so much guys. See you next time.